what you want, what you want. Come on. What you want, what you want. Come.
Hi guys, Aceface back with another video for you, and I've got a really interesting video for you tonight. Well, I hope you find it interested. I'm going to cover briefly the new Tyranid unit. I'm going to try and make this pretty brief because I think this is going to be quite game changing, and I think there's probably going to be a lot more videos to come on this when we'll look more in depth at tactics. But anyway, let's dive straight in there. So there has been a new release this week, and it is for the Tyrannocyte, and I think that's how you pronounce it. Maybe not. It also makes another kit, but I'm not going to go into that. I'm just going to concentrate on the Tyrannocyte. The reason why I'm going to concentrate on that unit is because it is our new mycetic spore, and it is huge for Tyranids, because the big problem that Tyranids have currently are their lack of mobility, particularly if they don't take flying monstrous creatures. They really do struggle to get across the ball quickly and effectively. There are not a lot of units that can deep strike in and do that effectively. So the fact to get mycetic spores back, or tyrannocytes, means that we now have a way of getting the creatures right into the thick of action as quickly as we possibly can. But it's not just that. So very similar to the mycetic spore, this is a monstrous creature, and it has a stat line of a monstrous creature. Now it's not quite as tough, it's only toughness 5, which does mean it's likely to get instant killed by obviously strength 10. Well, it will get instant killed by strength 10. But, you know, it's not hugely pointed. It's a lot more expensive than the old mycetic spore, but it does have some additional features, which I will cover. Now, the first thing that is very interesting is it has 5 bio cannons, and it comes with death spitters as standard. Now, death spitters are nice, strength 5, 3 shots, which is pretty handy. But you can upgrade it to either venom cannons or barb stranglers, which are the same as the warriors have as their upgrades. If you upgrade them, again you're getting 5 of these guns. Now that is awesome, because as they drop down it means you've got a right little bombardment of shooting as well. Now they have a special rule which means that they need to shoot the closest target. Now, and that means that the guns themselves need to shoot at the closest target. And the way it's written, it's quite open to interpretation, because it's a monstrous creature. You know, you've got 360 degrees, are you taking it from the gun? That's a whole different argument, and I'm not going to go into tonight. But within reason, if you drop the Tyrannocyte down close to a single unit, and like the old mycetic spore and like drop pods, they can't really mishap, because they always deviate just short of the target if they overshoot, as long as they don't go off the table. So as long as you're careful with it, there's a good chance that you can get all your 5 shots onto one unit. And again, because the monstrous creature is 360 degrees, it doesn't matter so much about whether they're at the back or the front of the mycetic spore or the Tyrannocyte. They're going to be able to get shot by it. So potentially, if we take the let's take the barb strangler for instance. The barb strangler is large blast, strength 4 with pinning. One unit is potentially going to get 5 large blast, strength 4 pinning, and that's awesome. And that's just from the pod itself. So that's incredible. Obviously, it has to shoot the closest thing, and you know, and it's only ballistic skill 2, so it's you know, it's going to scatter off a little bit. But if you're using the 2 blast ones, you've got the chance of them actually causing a lot of damage just from the pod. Because it's a monstrous creature, it's still got the option to smash in combat if it gets in combat. You know, it can't charge, but if it gets charged, it's multiple wounded, so it's going to hang around a little bit as well, which is quite cool. So it's a fairly resilient little unit. It's a big unit. The model itself is fairly substantially sized, so great for hiding behind for a bit of cover for your big monstrous creatures. Now, also, it can move. No longer like the old one that just sat down and that was it. It can actually move around. Now, things can't get back into it and move around, but it can move around, so it can cause more trouble as well, which I really, really like. But let's get to the good stuff. So that's the set in itself, and people will like it just as a unit in its own right. But where it really comes to its own is, like the Mycetic Spore Pod, you can transport up to 20 infantry models or one monstrous creature. Now that's awesome, because that means your Devil Gaunts, Fire and Devourers, your Warriors, whatever it might be, are back in the game. But also, the thing that is so much better than the Mycetic Spore is, whereas the Mycetic Spore really restricted you to certain monstrous creatures, i.e. Carnifexes, the new Tyrannocyte means you can take any monstrous creature in there, which means you can take the Swarm Lord, which means you can take Old One Eye, which means you can take Dave, which means you can take anything you want in it, and that is awesome. That is absolutely incredible, because it means that you can really bring a host of frightening creatures right up in the enemy's face quickly, and you can do it multiple pods, which is really going to bring the hurt on, and it starts to really swing the game in the Tyranid favour. I mean, one of the big units, and I've already mentioned it, but I think the Swarm Lord is now going to be amazing, just because he's got all the psychic powers. He's so killy in combat. He always was a nightmare to get in combat in 5th edition. You needed to hope to get the Gate of Infinity, which you could use back then, and get him up there quick. Now you can put him in a pod. That is incredible, because bear in mind the Swarm Lord gives you +1 to your reserves. He's going to come in, he's going to get everything else in as well, and when he gets out of that pod, they've not got long to deal with him, because when he crashes into combat, he's going to mash a lot of stuff. I think he's going to be awesome. With all the psychic shooting as well, I just think he's going to be a real game winner. So he's the one that I'm probably most excited about to jump in there. But, you know, there are so many fun things we're going to use. Zoanthropes, who are pretty dead, are well and truly back now. They're going to be a lot of fun to use again, 100%. They were good, they were okay, you know, but now they're going to be really cool. There's just so much excitement with these pods. It's going to be such a laugh to use them. So, you know, as I said, I'm going to keep this brief, but what I would say is they're going to be a must for the army. They're £38, which is a lot of money, particularly because we're going to want to run multiples. But I really think if you want to run a fun list, you want to include a couple of these, a couple at least. And I'd say for a competitive list, we're probably looking at closer to 3 or 4. But, you know, I'll let you guys start working out some really cool fun lists, and let me know if you've come up with something exciting, because I'd love to try it. But yeah, I think they're going to be a real game changer for us. But thanks for watching the video. I hope you liked it. Please do like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.